Good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are on Monday evening, and this is the 3rd of March, 2025. It's your Spider ETF stock market wrap-up. And the one thing you can see behind me is an awful lot of red in the market. And President Trump today announced that the tariffs are going on. There's no air in between what I was hoping for. I was actually hoping to see Mexico not get 25% tariffs. I stuck my neck out. I said, they've just done so much. Why are you hitting them with the tariff? At least give them a break. And he did not, the president. He still letting it come out and say there's still too much fentanyl coming over the border. I think Mexico's doing everything to avoid it, including putting on taxes now on products that they themselves are saying are being dumped by China on them. So I think that, I think, number one, the duration of the tariffs with some of our partners is not going to last as long as people think. I think Mexico is a prime example. I don't know about Canada. Canada, the president just doesn't get along with Justin Trudeau, and they don't play each other very well at all. So I don't know what that's going to mean. Maybe it's going to take a new prime minister to come in and do something. But there are two big trade partners. As for China, he signed already in the executive office, as I understand, the Oval Office, the executive order on China. But I didn't hear that he signed it, the same order that covered Mexico and/or Canada. So it's just a strange thing as to what's going on. Now, at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, everything goes on. And I don't know when the other countries are going to counter their tariffs against us, but it won't be long. That I can tell you. They'll do something. Red Book Group at 7:55. We're going to get weekly sales numbers. The API numbers will come out tomorrow at 3:30. OPEC pulled a surprise, and they said they're going to increase production by over 100,000 barrels a day in April. I was surprised. Prices are not where they want it. They're adding more supply to the market. That's not a friendly move. Tariffs tomorrow. We'll see them. President's going to address the joint session of Congress. Everybody's going to watch that at 8 o'clock, if for no more than the show he presents. On Wednesday, China's parliamentary conclave meets. Now, that's where they bring in the delegates, the heads of different communities there. Everybody comes in. There's thousands of people, and it is decided what they're doing. Now, they've already said how much money they could spend, what they can do. They can increase the debt. They've been running about 3% to GDP. I think they'll go to 4%. Maybe they'll let the yuan drop a little more in value. I don't know. We're going to find out what they're going to do and how they envision supporting their economy. Here's what we do know. Their model is one of overproduction and dump on everybody to take in revenue. And from Mexico, Canada, Europe, you're seeing backlash on it. Where it works is they can go into other countries in Africa. They can go to other parts of the Mideast, I guess, and do different things with different people and get things done that way. But as for the U.S. with them, it's just only going to get even tougher. And Europe, I hate to say it, you're next on the chopping block, especially the auto companies there. Europe, by the way, set up a coalition of the willing, a fast name, to help Ukraine find the path to peace. I think that's the right way to do it. The first thing they have to do is get President Zelensky to be quiet. I don't know if it's the translation. I don't know if he doesn't get the words. But every time he says the war is going to go on and linger and all the things that Trump doesn't want to hear for the negotiation, he puts Trump off dramatically. At the same time, Trump is sort of schizophrenic here. One thing, I don't know if we'll keep supporting him. We're studying, maybe we should just cut off all the military aid. And I swear to you, in the same press conference today, he's going, I think we can do a deal for the minerals in Ukraine. Well, how are you going to do that if there's no Ukraine left? I mean, something doesn't make sense. You get it. I get it. At the end of the day, there's going to be a way that we have to get all this to settle a peace. That part I agree with the president on. All right. So when we take a look at charts, why don't we go there right now? We talked about all the red couple of things you want to look at. Uranium down to $23. And one of my followers has bet so big on uranium, it's his life, I know it. It's just not ready. And I think I said it was caught between 30 and 28, didn't go anywhere. How will our auto companies do? I keep hearing that Ford is the best positioned to withstand this. Tesla down today another 8. Gold came back up 347, but I don't know if it can go anywhere here. AMC, I read reports today how well positioned it is for 2025 to make more money. So it might be worth looking at $3, okay? I haven't looked at the chart in a very long time, but I keep it up there because, I know that business. I'm not an expert in it, but I own the movie theater. I understand the math and how this works. I thought Amazon could go further down. It did, another $7 today. I thought Netflix could fall. This is what I was telling my traders this morning in the early update, that I thought certain of these markets could come down. I love Home Depot with the lower interest rates. Let it come down. Let these markets come to you. This is like standing today in front of a major Fed decision that could go either way. You're going to be smart enough to, at the last minute, dodge it if it's wrong. You can't do that. Give the market maybe through what the president says on the speech tomorrow and see if he says anything that's groundbreaking, and see what China's going to do on Wednesday morning, and then begin making your moves. I'm giving you what I think could be a game plan. I've kept up Palo Alto because I was gone all week, and then the week before I wasn't covering it the whole way. So I figured I'd just keep it up here and try to finish it up. The pattern is a higher high, lower low. The market is broken down, and it is a broken market right now. It's staying under the 18-day average. This is the first time that the market has gotten away from the 100-day average in green. Therefore, if it wants to break down further, like it's doing, it could reach for the 200-day average and or the Bollinger Band. The first is the Bollinger Band at 180.64, which is accompanied by a very oversold market. Therefore, I think the pro money, if it gets to 180.64, will do a heavy amount of short covering. If it gets down further, great. There's no reason to be a buyer, but down there, I see plenty of reasons to be covering shorts. In Dutch Brothers, remember when we were up here and I was saying, be patient. This market, when you're over those bands, they'll pull back in and you might even get a run at the 18-day average. It's exactly what you're doing. You haven't had a buy signal or a sell signal come out in the market. You've had reasons to be out of longs when this low was taken out and the market started this right here and turned its momentum down. That's the story I see. CrowdStrike reminds me of Palo Alto. Lower highs, higher lows, though. I don't see anything, and I see an oversold market with a lot of support between 366.35 and 358.65. Next in Rivian. Here's what bothers me with Rivian. I believe in the company. What I don't believe in is Trump looking at $6.6 billion that Biden promised as a loan for this Georgia facility. And the way that Trump has taken out all that money, why is he letting that potentially, the word is potential, Rivian hasn't taken the money. And I don't know that they've hit the parameters to take it. Is he going to leave that open for them? And if they could go through the doorway, will he leave it? It's a big hang on the market. So probably not wise doing much in it right now. In KWEB, this is China's ETF. If you don't step out of the way in a good amount of time, you get a problem. Now, if you've taken my enhanced Bollinger Band course, what do you think I'd be telling you? I mean, it was so simple that if you looked at it, watch where I'm going to take you. And remember, my numbers on my slow stochastics will look a little different than yours. I modified the formula that I make available to my subscribers. All they need to do is write me for it. Look at how the market lost the embedded reading. So before prices go up here, I'm looking for price in the 18-day average to come together. And I realize that 18-day average is probably going to climb a bit because it's been climbing like that. When you start dropping these back numbers, 20 days, the other numbers are higher, as you can see, and that's the way the math will work. Ready? Kaboom. Not bad. Not bad at all. And you can see how the market now, if it comes down any further, why not the 100-day in that? So I am not friendly. Am I bearish with a 30 reading on the slow stochastic? I'm not. I teach my traders not to go short under 30 or buy long over 70. If they embed, that's different. Embedding like this, that's a whole different way to trade the market. That's not what you have. Toll Brothers, you just got word that the tariffs that are going to come in from Canada and Mexico, we get a lot of copper products for building, for cars and so on, both in raw materials and products that are done. Are they getting a 25% tariff? If they are, you think that's bullish, this market? I don't. And you have an embedded reading. So the pressure is still on these markets. Tesla, this is a big test for it. It's funny, Tesla test. You get the 200-day average with the Bollinger Band. This is your test zone in the market. But look at how this market has come down. You were just up in the 470s. You've now dropped in value $200 plus a share. I mean, that's an awful big drop. I question how much of it is the cars aren't selling, how much of this is with the Doge, with the cutting of things that Trump and Musk are involved in. Is there a backlash? I don't know. The company hasn't changed an awful lot. I don't know that people love his new car. Not. I hear it rides so much better. It's so much quieter. So the improvements I am hearing over and over, because I'm one of these car guys. I read a lot about cars, that people absolutely love the improvement, and you should get rid of your older ones and get the new one, this new model that's out. That's what I'm reading. When I look at XLF, lower low, higher high, but you know what I teach you. You hit the Bollinger Band up or down, and you're not embedded, out you go. Today was a day to come away from XLF after it hit that number. XLI failed. I was hoping the market could hold on there. It couldn't, so now you've got a higher high, lower low, an ugly chart. Look at XLE. I thought the market was going to do a much better job of holding a combination of support, 90.55 to 90.30. And I told traders they'd have to have a stop under the lows of Friday. I said, if you don't, you could be gone like that. And the rationale was, number one, I did not think the president was going to go ahead with the tariffs of 25% on Mexico as a minimum. I didn't know about Canada. I had said that I thought China, but I thought that would support the market. It isn't going to do it. And now that he's going in with all this, you just pulled the plug on everything in that for the moment. In the gold market is a short sale. Can't believe I'm saying that, but it's reality. It looks like a short sale at 267.75, and you break the downtrend if you get over 269.08, all right? When I look at SLV, this was a short cover area. It began on Friday and it began today, and you got your bounce, as you can see, away from the 100-day average in the Bollinger Band. Unlike gold, it's not a short sale because you're oversold, in my opinion. And by the way, I am not telling you go short in that gold or not. I'm telling you what I'm seeing and what I think the pros might do. I make zero recommendations here. I'll tell you what I think is going on. All of my recommendations, and I make a lot of them, are in my morning subscriber video that you need a password and user ID to get into. Lower highs, lower lows, copper bearish. And again, I'm going to repeat, if they put tariffs on this, copper prices are going to do what? Well, in the U.S., probably higher, because you're not going to import as much. Is there going to be as much demand? It's so confusing. Right now, it's taking everything down because people think there won't be demand for those products with an extra 25% tariff on them. Now, do remember, just because the tariff went on, do you honestly think your auto manufacturers and other companies haven't prepared for this and haven't stockpiled a lot? How long do you think these tariffs with our two trade partners are going to be? I'm of the opinion initially a quarter, in other words, 90 days to get everybody to start finding a way to ease them. I didn't say they have to go away, but I think they'll start coming down as things will happen. I believe that is what President Trump is after as well. He wants to get away from trade deficits. Our partners have to find a way with us to do away with that. In BND, well, people are scared, so they're going to buy TLT, they're going to buy BND. You're embedded. I think the market is still being bought on these breaks. It would take Trump upsetting the apple cart in some way to take the safety bid away from the market. The dollar coming back down. I don't see a trend in the dollar here. I think the dollar's caught in no man's land with all this tariff talk, what's going on. The euro getting a bid against the dollar, I see it, but they're going to cut interest rates right away. And I'm repeating, their tariffs against them are coming real fast. April 12th, they're going to see their auto industries and all their other products that they send to us. Think of all the cars, they're going to go up in price. If you're thinking of buying a European car, you got to do some heavy thinking about it now. So I'll talk about all this and a heck of a lot more in my research. Okay, you see that right there. You can get this for free if you haven't tried it before. The Linn group covers this. If you're a grain trader, they'll be talking all about the grains. They realize the game has changed. Now the farmer has to make serious decisions. Planting season is right ahead of them. Today, Trump said on the grain markets, American farmers got to think now of their own internal markets, U.S., not export markets. Okay, that's not friendly terms as I see it. And there's so much more, all the learnings things that we have. So you go to IraEpstein.com, free offers. You can call my staff, they'll work with you. Or you can move your cursor up to the top. There's an icon, give that a click and away you go. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great day and I will catch up with you all tomorrow morning, first thing, right after about 8 a.m. Central Time. Take care.